Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to Freedom Ridge Park in, is this Ridgeland? Ridgeland. Adam Gore, Don Hammock getting set to bring you this action this afternoon as we've got MACCC men's soccer playoffs. The starters being recognized before the start of the game. Now let's go ahead and talk about Gulf Coast, the number 15 team in the country. Don, I'll let you give you your starters.
Yeah, Gulf Coast is 10-5-1 overall. They finished 7-2-1, second in the South. The keeper today will be Zach Seymour. He's a sophomore from Gulfport. Kevin Tremenio wears number 3. He's a sophomore from Long Beach. Adam Holland will play central defense. He wears number 5 from Moss Point, played at Resurrection Catholic. Number 6, Chad Hudson, the mainstay in the back of the Gulf Coast defense, wears number 6. He played at St. Patrick and Gulfport. Abdul Omar wears number 7. He'll be in midfield. He's from Madison up here in this neck of the woods. Ashton Taylor wears number 8. He's from Olive Branch. He'll be playing in midfield. One of our 2 Korean players, Hyungjun Lee, number 10, be in midfield, a leading scorer for Gulf Coast with 10 goals. Number 13, Yvonne Gonzalez, will play wing back. He's a freshman from Olive Branch. 15, Shamar Hopkins is a freshman holding midfielder from Jackson. Alwayne Whitaker is a Biloxi wingback. He's a sophomore. And finally, our second South Korean, Seong Bin Sun, wears number 21.
And that is your Coca-Cola starting lineup here for Gulf Coast, the number 15 team in the country. For ICC, it'll be number 3, Carson O'Daniel. Number 4, Reed Emerson. Number 7, J.B. Purvis. Number 8, Jose Villanueva. You've got number 13, Wes Rollins. Number 17 is David Marquez. 18, Connor Murphy. Number 19, Billy Chip. You've got number 22, Cam West. 23 is Batista. I always mess up his first name. And then number 24 in net will be Corbin Martin. That is your Coca-Cola starting lineup. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Mike Sullivan hopes he's got that same winning combination put together this afternoon here. Well, these two teams, they have met once already this season, and it was a good first half. It was a 1-1 contest going into the first half of play, and then Gulf Coast turned it on. there in the second half, scoring 4 unanswered to win 5-1 in Fulton. So, Don, just tell us about Gulf Coast and how they're coming into today's matchup.
Well, that match kind of got Gulf Coast jump-started offensively. They hadn't scored a goal and playing a 2 tough opener on the schedule. And Gulf Coast has shown the ability to score some goals. They'll give up some sloppy goals at times, too. That's the one thing they've kind of clamped down and been better defensively here down the stretch.
ICC, kind of the same token there. That match kind of opened up their eyes a little bit, and they were able to kind of get a little bit more focused offensively as they had not been tested coming into that match. And then ICC would really kind of just get re-woken, if you will, by Gulf Coast. ICC, they're in the white, trimmed in blue kits. Gulf Coast is in the blue and black, trimmed in gold kits. And I say this every time I play, we get on the broadcast, Don. You guys look too close to Michigan for me.
Well, at least I think we can see the numbers okay on this set of jerseys.
For sure. We played Mississippi Delta in basketball the other night, and we're wearing black jerseys with black numbers outlined in dark red. Yeah. So, yeah, that's never a good combination there.
No bueno.
So, getting this one started, the winner of this match will play the winner between Hines and Pearl River at 2:30 for the championship. And on the Ridgeland campus here of Holmes, we do want to thank Steve Diffie and everyone here, a part of the Holmes crew that has helped get everything together. They got some power for us up here. Of course, they'll have a full hands today because they're on 2 different locations. First time we've had a tournament in a while where they were on 2 different locations. So Steve and his crew, they got their hands full, but anybody can do it. It'd be Steve Diffie and all those folks. This ball goes back now, and ICC is going to clear it back to the keeper. Don, key to this early on, play within yourselves and not really try to force anything early and make some of those mental mistakes.
Yeah, I think for Gulf Coast they'll be trying to press up high and try and generate an early goal. You know, that they've got a sight on playing 2 games for sure. I know ICC would like to as well, but these back-to-back days makes it really hard.
Yep. This one's sent down quickly, and it's going to be deflected out of bounds by ICC, so it'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Bulldogs. And you got 2 contrasting style of play. Gulf Coast, they're more of that fast break, get in your face, cause some problems like they did there at midfield, and see if they can beat you down the field and get these corner-type opportunities. So the first opportunity of the afternoon for either team here.
Abdul Omar will take it. He's the corner kick expert. Gulf Coast has been really good on set pieces this year.
So he's getting set to step into this corner kick being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. This one's sent on its way, broken up by the Indians, and ICC is just going to try to clear this one out, and they do. And sends it into the stands. And right in the hands of Don. Great catch there by Don, and a fan wants to get it right back out there. And a good job by the ball boy running that one down.
I gave it to a little kid, and he promptly tried to throw it right in the middle of the field. Lesson learned on my part. Sorry for the
oh, no.
I'm glad I didn't blurt out an expletive.
But, yeah, if it's old AFL football, that would have been a souvenir for a fan. No score, and it's going to be tough reading the clock this afternoon, folks. Looks like it's 42 minutes now, just inside 42 minutes to play here in the first half. No score between ICC and Gulf Coast. These are 2 very proud soccer programs, Don. It always seems that when you come to the state championship tournament, ICC and Gulf Coast, 9 times out of 10 are going to have to go through each other to get to that championship.
Yeah, and I know we generally schedule each other, and that's usually a sign of respect that, Coach Handy knows he's going to get a good matchup. Either hosting Itawamba or making the trip to Fulton, and big challenge there by Yvonne Gonzalez, and they're going to call that a goal kick.
Yeah, I think the ball went out before the contact was made there. Good crowd out as well. To our right is your faithful, the Gulf Coast crowd. To our left is the ICC faithful, and looks like they're kind of fan for fan matched up here. So should be in for a good day of soccer. As Gulf Coast now has it again. Gulf Coast in the dark uniforms for those that are watching as we're shooting into the sun. So sometimes today that might be difficult to tell what colors they are. But Gulf Coast moving left to right on the attack, coming near side now. Out on the wing, ICC coming up in a hurry. Now they're going to try to poke it down the line. Gulf Coast able to get to it, sends it right back. But the Indians break it up, and they're going to clear it back towards midfield. But Gulf Coast is right in the right spot to take that one away.
Yvonne Gonzalez cuts in. finds Sun. Now it's back to Abdul Omar.
Oh, they're going to say he was
Yeah,
offside.
offside.
Good play, though. That's going to be one of those that later on in the match they'll be able to get that timing right. And you never know. Sometimes the referees don't necessarily call it tough offside when there. So a break there for the Indians. We remain scoreless.
Corbin Martin was right there. He had it saved anyway, so ICC had that one covered.
Still no score. About 40 minutes ago here in the first half. Indians in white. And I'll tell you what, early goings in this one down, they're letting them play a little physical out here. I don't necessarily hate that, especially in the playoffs.
You just have to, make sure you don't let things get out of hand and let it get too chippy. But so far, everything's been above board.
Oh, nice move there as ICC trying to go forward, but Gulf Coast quickly collapsing 3 on the ball. But good job by Jip to get it up the field. Now West going to send it out wide. This is Rollins with it now. Rollins goes right back in the middle. Gulf Coast takes it away, but ICC gets the deflection. Over the middle they go, or tried to go with it, was O'Daniel. It was broken up again by Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast, that's one thing we talked about. Oh, that went off the face of Cammie that time. But one thing we talked about when we played them during the regular season, you guys have a lot of speed, and it almost seems like you're playing with an extra player defensively when you get after them out there. It just seems like you just trap the ball so aggressively, and it makes it really difficult on teams.
Yeah, and we've got a couple more speedy guys that are on the bench over there, so we're able to throw some speed your way, that's for sure.
We do want to welcome all those watching in favor of ICC this afternoon, and do say a special hello to those watching in favor of the Bulldogs, including Mr. Thomas Edwards, all the way up in Michigan, tuning in here on the Let's Go ICC TV.com.
Chad Hudson's grandfather.
I wasn't going to give him a shout-out when I found out he was from Michigan, but they said they were more of Michigan State fans versus Michigan fans. Of course, me being a Notre Dame guy, it's my second reference to that school today, so I got to stop that. But either way it goes, back to action here.
The Wolverines are in your head.
They are. They stay that way. It's the ball turned over now. ICC gets it back at midfield, and Gulf Coast breaks that one up, so the Indians going to reset through Marquez. Marquez going to send it out wide to Emerson. Emerson now just simply sends it up the field. Now ICC trying to get a little bit of speed ahead, and Gulf Coast take a great angle on the attack of the ball to take it away. They're going to send this one up the pitch. Thought it was going to go out of bounds for a second, but it stayed in bounds. And it's going to be, I believe, a high kick call on ICC. It'll be Gulf Coast ball. Well, for ICC fans, basketball is in action this afternoon. The Lady Indians, they were able to come away with a 85-57 win at Huntington College. That's down around Montgomery, I believe.
It is.
So the Indians making that long road trip. The ICC men's team just now tipping off there. And you guys, well, y'all got a pretty big win yourself. I guess it was last night?
It was last night. It was 152-60, 92 points. It was against one of the prep schools, and probably the less said about that, the better.
Yes. Well, it's one of those like early games of the year. You see your D1 schools and teams like that as Gulf Coast getting set for another corner kick. But you got to get some of those games in just to get you guys some practice against somebody other than themselves. Looks like we got about 37 minutes to play. The reason why I say looks like it, well, you can see it right there in the corner. As that one's sent low, ICC breaks it up. Gulf Coast is going to chase it back to midfield. But, yeah, the scoreboard facing the sun makes it a little difficult to read.
Young June Lee is back. Everybody calls him June. Tries to chip one forward to his country mate, Sonny. Everybody calls young Ben Son.
Martin comes up and cleans that one up now. ICC trying to get on the attack here. They squeeze this one ahead. O'Daniel gets to it before it goes out of bounds. And are they going to say it was out of bounds? They are going to say it was out of bounds. So a little bit of a delay call there, and Gulf Coast will get the ball. We don't have the Nat sound mic, and we decided not to do that because we're surrounded by a lot of fans, and sometimes they tend to voice their opinion more than we need to hear over the broadcast. But heard a few of the ICC fans chirping about that one, saying it was a late call.
We have a crowd mic at baseball and softball that hangs right over the concession stand, and we've learned some things over the years from the conversations at the window.
ICC takes this one away now, gets it to the midfield to West. West leaving this one out wide to Rollins. Rollins trying to go left side on the attack. Gulf Coast set up nicely, forced him right back to the middle. It's going to fire from distance, deflected, and it's going to be a scramble for on the far side. Billy Jip is able to get it and resets it through Emerson on the far side of the pitch. We got Raphael Henry on camera. Lee Adams taking photos this afternoon for ICCimages.com. You can visit that, get some digital downloads as low as $1 there on ICCimages.com. ICC forcing Gulf Coast to retreat to reset the attack now here on the far side, and thought that one was coming into our living room, but a good hustle job that time by Gulf Coast to keep it in play. Bulldogs send this one ahead, broken up by the Indians. Nice job there by O'Daniel to break it away, and now ICC with it. Chip wants to send it ahead, and looks like maybe a little bit of miscommunication that time as he was looking to go forward to Purvis, and Purvis didn't necessarily release whenever he sent the ball. Well, Don, this is what we figured. You're seeing both these teams playing, I wouldn't say conservative, but making sure they're hitting their X's and their O's in this situation, trying to execute early on here in this contest.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is go down a goal early, and teams are trying to find their feet here at Ridgeland.
Ball drifting across the middle. West will step in front of that one and clean it up back to Jip. Jip's going to leave it out wide. That's going to be Batista with it now, going back to Jip. Now coming near side to Rollins. Rollins quickly covered up that time, is going to be deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Gulf Coast. Well, that one taken away, and now it's going to send this one ahead, and they're going to try to send it forward, but Martin, smart play by Martin, as that was going to be a foot race side by side that time for Murphy and the player for Gulf Coast. Martin recognized that and quickly came up and cleaned that one up. Ball kicked away. Well, right now, ICC, one of the things you got to do against a quick team like this is get a little bit better spacing. And ICC is kind of making it easy for Gulf Coast to almost have a cheater on the ball side every time, as they're not getting that too good of a spacing here offensively. Now Gulf Coast takes that one away, and the referee takes the tumble. Now ICC is going to send this one ahead. This is going to be Rollins trying to get to the corner. Chases it down just before it goes out of bounds. Gets it across the middle, and it's going to be cleaned up there by the Bulldogs. And then that one taken away. That's O'Daniel. O'Daniel trying to weave through traffic. Good help defense that time by the Bulldogs to take it away. Tries to get it across the middle. O'Daniel finds it at his feet. Didn't like what he has now. He's going to try to send it back out. This is going to be Rollins, and Rollins just couldn't catch up with it. And again, the Indians had some opportunities, but a good job by the Bulldogs defense to make it difficult.
One thing I'm noticing from our broadcast position, which is a little low, is I can barely make out the penalty area chalk.
Yep.
And sideline's a little better.
Yep. So because I try to look at it on the broadcast, and with the sun being the way it is, beaming down on it, it's tough to pick up. So we'll try to do the best we can. So Daniel with it, trying to reverse the pitch, sends it back to Jip. Jip's going to retreat to midfield to Batista.
Bulldogs look like they're kind of in a 4-1-3-1 lineup.
Quick touch there now. ICC with it. Rollins trying to reverse it, deflected away. Now it deflects out, and this is going to be Marquez with it. Bulldogs got to be dangerous, or got to be careful here with Marquez. He sends it across the middle, deflected. Didn't necessarily see.
I think it went over the end line. It looks like it's a goal kick.
Yeah, going to be a goal kick coming up here. We do have a substitution coming into the match here for the Indians. So that's going to be number 11, Dylan Sevilla, into the contest. This substitution being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They meet Monday nights at 7:07. Make your plans to join the ICC BSU next semester. That's where the Chris Burrows and company do a great job over there at the ICC BSU. So Gulf Coast with it. Ball bounces away, a little unfortunate that time for the Bulldogs. ICC in the right spot at the right time to get it back. O'Daniel with it now, surveying the defense. Has to retreat back to Batista. Has not a lot of movement without the ball for the Indians right now.
Actually, Bulldogs in a 4-2-3-1. I kind of shortchanged this a player.
I mean,
they've got two holding defenders and 3 attacking midfielders, 1 up top in Ashton Taylor right now, but they rotate those guys around that.
So Daniel tries to get to that one, and it's going to go out of bounds. I mean, if you want to play with 10, we'll be okay with that.
Hopefully it doesn't get to that point today for either team. I'd rather see 11 on 11.
Yes. All right, Don, so we talked about it before the game, and let's talk about it before our fans that are watching right now. Unique situation for how the national tournament is seeded. There are some at-large bids, but for any team here, well, you got to win this thing to sort of secure your spot in postseason play.
That the winner clinches the Region 23 berth. This is also the Region 23 tournament. Since LSU Eunice is no longer playing in this, or we're not playing in the same division, and so there's an at-large bid tied in with another region in Region 23. There's one at-large bid that'll come in. So last year it went to Patrick Henry College, and have to see what happens. As this tournament plays out and whatever happens up there. I know our coach sent a kind of list of bullet points to the commissioner who's on that selection committee, I think, to try and make the case for Gulf Coast.
And he's going to be knocked to the turf, and a light whistle there. Chip got the call. And, you look at it and you look at the rankings, rankings play into it. Competition. I mean, if you take a look at the MACCC this year, it's been tough. I mean, you can argue that there's 4 or 5 teams that should be ranked that aren't ranked right now, and it's been an interesting year of rankings as well, because at one point I know East Central men were ranked, and they had only had 3 wins at the point. So I think it was one of those where they kind of got East Central Mississippi confused with, I think maybe is it East Central Missouri?
Yeah.
So I think that's how they kind of got enough votes to get in there, and the NJCAA quickly corrected that the next week. As that one's going to go out of bounds, they're going to say it belongs to Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast wasting no time to get it in now. Far side of the pitch, ICC having to hustle back, and they do so. And now Gulf Coast on the attack here near side. Oh, nice quick step there. Gets open, and quickly Batista closes in on it, and this one's going to be sent out of bounds. Well, that was a dangerous opportunity there. Unfortunately for Gulf Coast, they just couldn't look up quick enough to get a solid strike on the ball.
It was Yvonne Gonzalez who had half a chance there, and he handles the throw into Abdul Omar.
Omar's going to strike from the side, and it's going to be off the side of the netting. Looks like we got about 28 minutes to play here, and that is going to be the case. 28 minutes to play now here in the first half. No score between ICC and number 15 Gulf Coast. As we mentioned, the winner of this match will take on the winner between Hines and Pearl River. That'll be at 2:30 on the Ridgeland campus. Hines got into this tournament in exciting fashion, knocking off Jones on penalty kicks. So you got equal representative, 2 of the North, 2 of the South in this tournament.
So Georgia Military beat Lewisburg in the district final that's paired up with Gulf Coast, so that means that our conference is likely to get an at-large bid.
It's interesting to see how all the other regions are broke down, because Lewisburg I
think they're North Carolina.
Yeah, so they're North Carolina, and of course Georgia Military, Georgia. But
that was good.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people outside, the MACCC, of course, we pay attention a little bit more than us because that's our job. But I don't think really other regions realize just, we've got 15 schools in the state here, and, everybody's like, oh, well, it's a, Region 23 favorite, blah, blah, blah. But, we got tough competition, especially when you throw LSU Eunice, who used to be in soccer, but it's in other sports as well. So, it's kind of like the SEC. You kind of like, okay, how can you not put 2 Region 23 teams in there? So Gulf Coast with it, still no score. Bulldogs far side of the pitch.
About 26 minutes left here in the first half.
Trying to go down the side, and ICC is going to step in front of it. That's Emerson across the way. Now Gulf Coast gets it back. Opportunity here for the Bulldogs. Oh, beautiful play there.
Michael Bell's cross was blocked by an Itawamba player there.
Corbin cleaned it up. Now ICC with it. Indians trying to weave their way through traffic from the Bulldogs, but, man, they're just so fast, able to recover nicely defensively that time, send the ball out of bounds, and it will stay with the Indians. Good crowd out today, we imagine, as the game progresses here, we'll start seeing some of the Pearl River and Hines fans make their way out here to the pitch.
I just mentioned Michael Bell. He's a sub that's come on. Whitwise Achano is in as well. He's from England, as well as Clytus Podolauskas. He's come in off the bench. He's from England as well.
And those substitutions being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. John Harrod and Company, proud to sponsor today's action here on the ICC Sports Network. So, yeah, next time any of you Gulf Coast folks are up in the town of Okolona, stop by and thank John Harrod for sponsoring today's game.
I wonder how much of your life is sponsored by somebody. I'm going to open the refrigerator, brought to you by
yes,
Frigidaire.
My friends make fun of me all the time. They're like, when we talk, they're like, I'm just waiting for you to say this conversation brought to you by. Oh, opportunity
Michael
here,
Bell.
and no, just too strong. As he loaded up on that one, and I tell you what, left no doubt when he fired that one, Don.
Got leaned back a little bit, and the ball just never had a chance. It was going into that yard across the street.
Well, talking about the ball going that way for fans, of course, they didn't see this, but during warm-ups, Gulf Coast was taking their warm-up shots, and one of them got over the goal and actually went into a grill of a truck that was turning at the time, and just one of those unique things. You see it every once in a while on the not top 10 plays on ESPN or such whenever a foul ball hits somebody, so it's kind of unique to see it in person. So Gulf Coast will take it over now.
I think a soccer ball will do some damage, probably not as much as a golf ball will if you're driving past a driving range.
That's true, too, and especially with me swinging a golf club.
Well, the one thing, if I'm swinging it, it's not ever going to be hit that hard, so Achano down the left wing there trying to win it.
Good job getting the ICC player on his hip now, forcing it back out are the Indians. And the Indians just step in front of that one. I believe that might have been Emerson that stepped in front of that one. No, it was actually Sevilla that's going to send it out, and they're actually going to say it was deflected by Gulf Coast. One of those at the far distance couldn't really tell. Now, I will say this, as the sun continues to set this afternoon, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for us to be able to see on the broadcast, so we're going to try to bring it to you the best we can throughout this afternoon here.
23 minutes left here in the first half.
A quick Renaissance Bank scoreboard update at the 10-minute mark of the first half in basketball. ICC Indians up 31-5 over Huntington. ICC with it now, and they just, his foot failed him as it went out of bounds, and the ball would go back to Gulf Coast.
Wes Rollins trying to get to the end line, and that touch was a little too strong.
Updating Twitter real quick. If you would like to follow us on Twitter, you can do so at Let's Go ICC. That's at Let's Go ICC. Pretty much on your favorite social media platform. And Don, I'll give you a moment, let you plug you guys' social media.
We're at MGCCC Bulldogs everywhere.
As this one is going to be sent back, Emerson will trail it.
Chano, the only Bulldog on the Itawamba side of the field right now. Ball won by Ivan Gonzalez, but Itawamba back on it.
Well, right now both these teams they're just dialed in, I guess would be the best way to say. You want to come in, execute your offense, eventually get it working where you can find maybe a breakthrough, find one of those that sneak through, maybe get past the line and find a way to put one home. But both these teams right now really dialed in, focus on the X's and O's.
Chano to Bell down that left side. Here comes June, and they say he was offside.
And that's what we're talking about. You're looking for that ball to kind of break loose, and eventually you think later on in the contest it'll be one of those where, it's kind of just you get that step. You get that step where you release on time and you're able to get a 1v1 opportunity against a keeper. But right now, neither team been able to break through that way. So ICC with it once again. ICC in the white kits trimmed in blue. Gulf Coast in the black and blue kits trimmed in gold. Bulldogs try to send this one ahead. It's going to stay in play. Dangerous opportunity here for the Bulldogs.
Podlauskas there on the wing, tries to cross, and Martin is there to grab it.
Corbin Martin named to the All-North Team first team keeper this year. He has been lights out for the Indians and a large part of their success this season. And the good thing for Martin is, he's been able to get some rest and heal some bumps and bruises later on in the season, as ICC was able to take care of a few games that were, in favor of ICC well enough to get some of the backups in that situation. So fresh Corbin Martin coming into the postseason is a bonus there for the Indians. ICC now trying to squeeze it ahead. Gulf Coast jumps in front of it. Indians take it right back. Then the Bulldogs get it back. Anything you can do, I can do better on that pinball situation, as it just ultimately ends up at the feet of the Indians until they give it back to the Bulldogs.
Chano steps around a defender.
This one's going to be
sent
sent
across
the middle. Oh, yeah, good job there, as that was Connor Murphy stepping in front of that one.
Podlauskas there for Gulf Coast. Plays it out wide to Michael Bell.
So Gulf Coast with it. They've had some opportunities as they're starting to loosen up that Indian defense a little bit, but that time ICC tightens down, forces them to retreat beyond midfield, and now Gulf Coast wants to send it over the middle. Good idea. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication that time as the Gulf Coast player was breaking to the inside and the pass went over the top.
Too much juice on that one. Just under 19 minutes to play here.
So Martin will send this one in play to Batista. Still no score between ICC and Gulf Coast. An absolute beautiful day for soccer. One of those, as cold as it's been the last few days, you kind of bundle up expecting it to be chilly this afternoon, and you wear your jacket or long sleeve shirt. Now you're like, you know what? Should have looked at the forecast a little bit better. The ball goes out of bounds, and I have lost it on the side. There it is. So I lost it on the sidelines. The ball nearly taken away by the Indians. And Gulf Coast sends this one ahead. And ICC simply going to send that one out of bounds, that time by Murphy. And Murphy in the right spot at the right time, because if he doesn't get that one done, it's going to be a 1v1 opportunity there for the Bulldogs. Inside 18 minutes to play now until halftime.
So there was a foul there at some point.
Okay, so they're going to send him back to midfield. So they gave him the continuation just in case they were able to break that one open. And so the ball will head back to midfield.
Shamar Hopkins is lined up to take it for Gulf Coast. Pacey Johnson is back there with him. He's has come in off the bench. June has it now as they've started play, and he steps around a defender.
That one's going to be sent wide and left, and not a bad idea. Sometimes you just got to put a foot on it, see if you can maybe catch your keeper napping, especially when he's looking back into the sun like that, and just couldn't quite get it on frame.
Every now and then you'll get a fortuitous deflection off your guy or the other team's guy. You never know what'll happen. 100% of the shots you don't take don't go in.
Said Wayne Gretzky, said Michael Jordan, said Michael Scott. So the Indians with it now. This is going to be Marquez with it, marching it down the field. A large majority of the Indians' attack has been left side this match, and that one just a poor touch by Batista sends it out of bounds. And now Gulf Coast going to try to hurry this one in to see if they can catch ICC napping, but instead they just return the favor. As that one goes out of bounds, and ICC will have it back.
Bob Barker in for Gulf Coast now. And he made the second team All-South and is just now checked in. That says something about the depth that Gulf Coast is able to use, and they've been bringing in some of their better players off the bench, later in the first half to try and get an advantage after another team's a little tired out. Fob immediately goes up top.
Gulf Coast surveying the defense here of ICC, seeing what they're going to give them here. Far side of the pitch, now they try to go over the top of it. Emerson right there in the way to break it up. Now ICC takes it away, far side. Trying to weave through traffic, but a great job. I believe that was number 4. Holland breaking that one up for the Bulldogs.
Funny, I'm watching the referee in the middle of the field trying to shade his eyes to see what's going on in that corner because the sun is going down right over there.
Well, O'Daniel coming up and applying pressure, and Gulf Coast is going to send it out of bounds, and now ICC will get it. O'Daniel trying to weave his way through traffic, couldn't find it through there. Now it drops back over the middle, and opportunity there. I think it was just a little miscommunication that time as Purvis was maybe looking for O'Daniel to crash. O'Daniel couldn't necessarily crash that quickly as he was worried about being offsides, had to retreat. And Gulf Coast dodges a major bullet there as we remain scoreless inside 15 minutes to play. Gulf Coast tries to squeeze this one ahead. It just makes its way through traffic. ICC is going to clear it back to Martin.
Gulf Coast has Young June Lee well withdrawn. I haven't seen him play this far, this deep, quite a while.
And then Marquez upset, wanted a foul call, didn't get it. And then the Bulldogs try to get it over the middle. Weaving through traffic now, and ICC gets back nicely. So that one's going to be out of bounds. And ICC caught a break because it was intended for one of the Bulldogs that had slipped down that time. If not, that could have been a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Bulldogs. So ICC dodges a bullet just like the Bulldogs did on the previous attempt by ICC on the opposite side of the pitch. And a foul's going to be called here on the Bulldogs.
It's a super quiet whistle.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, I legit thought it was like one of the practice fields across the way when it was blown that time. Don, I want to check on my Irish. You need me to check on anybody for you?
I think I got it covered.
All right. Notre Dame up 17-3. That's just starting the third quarter. This one's sent ahead here for ICC. Purvis trying to chase it down, and the referee's going to let him get physical. And said play on after that last contact. Now the Bulldogs trying to reverse the pitch here. And Murphy steps in front of that one. Oh, big time play there for Murphy. And then he loses it out of bounds and it go back to the Bulldogs.
That was some – Chad Hudson's a third-year guy, and I kind of think of him. That was some old man strength back there, that challenge.
Yes, for
He's
sure.
very strong on his feet.
Now ICC gets this one ahead again here. Keeper's going to come up and gamble. Ooh. And he's going to send that one out of bounds. I tell you what, he was a half a step there. If he would have just thought about it for another split second before making that break, it would have been tough. And quick decision made by Seymour to get that one and clear it out.
Sweeper keeper.
Big time play there to keep it scoreless. 12 and a half to go here until halftime. So getting ready to throw this one in on the far side of the pitch. Indians go with it on the short side. Weaving his way through traffic now, squeezes it ahead, shot, and off. Is it in or is it off the side?
Side netting.
Side netting. Well, it's a tough angle to look at, especially with the sun. You've got the stripes on the net. Looked like it went in, but there was no reaction from the players is what you have to kind of gauge on there. And an opportunity for the Indians, one of the best of the afternoon for either team, and they just couldn't send that one home. Now here come the Bulldogs. And there'll be a foul here on the Indians. That's going to be on Murphy, and that's going to draw a yellow card there on Murphy. You know, other than the yellow card, not necessarily a bad decision there for Murphy, because that was going to be a golden opportunity there for the Bulldogs. Allow your defense to get reset here.
That would be called a professional foul. You got to take them down and let your defense regroup.
First card of the afternoon here for either team. So it'll be a free kick here coming up for the Bulldogs. And, of course, like every match, ICC is going to crowd the ball until the referee walks them back their 10 yards. And, Don, that's really the biggest difference in regular season matches versus playoff matches. Of course, I don't know if the fans could hear it that well over the broadcast just then, but you heard both ICC and Gulf Coast communicating extremely well on who's got what, where you're going to match up at on this free kick. So this one's going to be sent on the way, and it's going to be headed back in, and
offside.
Offside is going to be called on the Bulldogs. But, yeah, you start seeing a lot more communication. As we said, both these teams have been working more methodical, kind of just matching up with their X's and O's in these opportunities. So you really see how the teams – this is good soccer. These, not saying the regular season isn't, but you just see these top echelon teams really lock in when the playoffs get here.
Gulf Coast has got an array of set pieces that they run, and that one they just snuck a guy in a little too early.
So Emerson with it now, sends it up the pitch, and it deflects ahead, and now ICC trying to get to it. It's deflected back, and the Bulldogs take it away.
Plays it forward to Fab Barker. That was Chad Holland, or Adam Holland rather, with a long pass, and Fob hassles for a throw-in for Gulf Coast.
Yeah, he had a big game against ICC earlier this season. He almost like he just woke up in the second half and said, all right, this is my game. Let's see what we're going to do here, as that one's going to be deflected out of bounds by the Indians. Coming up on 10 minutes to play now until halftime. Still no score between the Indians and the Bulldogs. As this one's going to be sent back, and the Bulldogs will let it settle. Far side of the pitch now. They're going to retreat back to the keeper. Again, we do apologize. As we said, where we're set up, we're looking back into the sun, so that shadow will cause fits, and the kind of the flares off the sun will as well. So not a whole lot we could do on that. Raphael Henry running the camera. Appreciate Raphael. And once again, ICCimages.com. Lee Adams taking photos for that. He's on the opposite side of the field, so not having to battle the sun as much. Halftime in men's basketball, ICC up 48-16 over Huntington out of Alabama. That's a Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. Just a scramble for it on the far side, and the whistle, the flag came up before a whistle, at least a good 3 to 4 seconds.
Yeah, the assistant referee was calling for a foul, and it was awarded.
So this will be a free kick coming up here for the Indians. An opportunity to make this dangerous, to see if we can break open the scoreless contest here. 8.5 to go until halftime. This one's sent on its way, and it's going to be punched out there by the keeper. And they're going to eventually let this one go out of bounds, so it'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Indians.
It was a dangerous free kick there. Zach Seymour did a good job to get a fist on it.
So ICC sends this corner on the way, going back post, deflected. It's going to be off the head of a Gulf Coast player, so ICC should have a corner on the opposite side now.
Reed Emerson's a big unit at 6'6".
He's a big kid, and Barry Emerson, and if he's not here today, I know he's watching, but he's a good kid as well. Reed, one of those, every time he sees us on campus, make sure he comes over and speaks, asks how you doing, you know. You don't get that from everybody sometimes.
All the Gulf Coast student athletes are like that. I don't know about you.
This one's sent on its way and deflected, but it's going to go out. And, well, I tell you what, ICC has had some opportunities as Gulf Coast sends that one out. And another third in a row corner coming up here.
Discretion, the better part of valor there, and Gulf Coast played it over the end line to fight another corner.
So corner opportunity now for the Indians. And it's broken up again.
Adam Holland got his head on that one, and
that one was sent ahead, but it was into the sun, so ICC players really couldn't see where that one was going. Emerson backs it back out to Batista now, near side. And it's taken away by the Bulldogs. Now the Bulldogs trying to get out in transition. This is where they're dangerous. Tons of speed, but a great job there by David Marquez. Another all-North first-team selection for the Indians, breaking up that opportunity. 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go until halftime. Mass substitutions coming in here for the Bulldogs. I see 4 coming in here, and this substitution being brought to you by the Cagle Eye Center. Don, you need to go get your eyes checked next time you're in Fulton. Give them a call at 862-EYES. That's 862-EYES.
I need a new set of readers. I lost one at a soccer game last week. So,
well, Dr. Cagle would love to hook you up. I don't know if it would be financially feasible for you to come up to Fulton, but you never know.
I think the gas would be more expensive than the copay.
So the Indians will toss this one in. It's being bounced around, scrambled for, and Gulf Coast will take it over now, sends it across the middle. Bulldogs trying to go on the attack. ICC gets back nicely to force them back and reset. And far side of the pitch. This one's going to be charged down, and it's going to be wide, and ICC will get it back.
Alwyn Whitaker was fouled there, but the referee played the advantage, and his cross was high with too much juice.
So we're coming up on 5 minutes to play now. Inside 5 minutes here until halftime. Still no score. Hard-fought first half between ICC and number 15 Gulf Coast here. The winner of this match will go on to the championship game tomorrow at 2:30 on the Ridgeland campus as they'll face the winners between Hines and Pearl River.
Women's final will be at noon, so that 2:30 starts a guesstimate.
Yes.
You know, the games usually last a little under 2 hours, but then there'll be a trophy presentation, and if you go to overtime, you never know exactly what time you're going to get started.
I don't know how you guys usually do in Fulton, but if we're ever, we don't have lights right now. They're coming, but it never fails. When we get that season where you're like, okay, sun's going to be out, sun's not going to be out, the women's match is going to go double overtime. It never fails. Corner kick sent on its way. Blocked up there by the Bulldogs, and they're going to head it to keep it in play. Marquez chasing this one down, leaves it out wide, but the Bulldogs get it back. Now here comes Gulf Coast in the open field. Oh, nice play there as they get across down the sidelines.
Ashton Taylor over there.
Oh, great hustle, though, by Purvis to get back and clear that one out. They are going to call the foul on the Indians.
Ashton Taylor down there. Nice interplay by the Bulldogs down that far sideline to let them break out there. And they had some speed going forward. Itawamba looked like they'd recovered, and Taylor got fouled. It'll be Abdul Omar taking a free kick over there from a semi-dangerous spot.
Yeah, this is one of those distances that's kind of forgotten by the common fan, but many soccer games that we've seen in this league, a lot of times, in that distance, that's where a lot of points come from. So as you said, this is going to be a very dangerous opportunity here for Gulf Coast. We've got Dr. Jay Allen, ICC president's checking in, saying Don's doing a great job on the broadcast. I don't know how to take that, though. This one sent ahead, deflected, and
Chad Hudson got his head on that one and knotted it just wide. Thank you, Dr. Allen.
As that one sent just wide there. Another great opportunity. But I tell you what, Don, both these teams have had some opportunities, especially in this, I guess you say, final 10 minutes of the half here, and neither one of them been able to cash in yet. We got 2.5 to play in the first half. Remind you to stay tuned. We'll have the Little Caesars halftime report coming your way. I'll get Don's take on the first half. And we'll have a special presentation coming your way. I don't know which one I have loaded, so it'll be a surprise for all of us. Now ICC in the open field, far side, sends it across, and it's going to be out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick here for the Bulldogs.
Coming down to 2 minutes left exactly in the first half.
Dr. Allen come back and said, Adam is doing all right. So I get it all right this time, so that's a bonus.
As long as he signs your paycheck.
Yes.
You take what you get.
Inside 2 minutes to play now. I just hope Molly Ann's watching. That's my favorite Allen out of the bunch anyway. If Molly Ann approves, then I'm good. This one thrown in over the top. Gulf Coast trying to get to it, but Marquez takes it away. Now ICC just trying to get it to the middle of the pitch. Not a good touch there. Gulf Coast jumps in front of it. Going to retreat back to midfield. 1:22 now to play until halftime. This one's sent back. Gulf Coast dribbling this one forward, try to go between the legs of O'Daniel, and it's going to go back to the Indians now with 1 minute to play. 1 minute to play until halftime between ICC and Gulf Coast. No score here in the semifinal round of the MACCC and Region 23 tournament here at Freedom Ridge Park. ICC goes over the top of it. Now with 45 seconds, it's going to be sent out of bounds, and Indians are going to have to hurry.
40 seconds left. Be a throw in.
35 seconds now as they get ready to throw this one in over the middle. Marquez tries to pop this one up, and Gulf Coast heads it out, and 25 seconds to play now. Jip trying to get out and chase this one down. Gulf Coast, though, able to get to it.
Michael Bell.
20 seconds. He's going to send this one forward, and Martin will just simply step on the ball, and that will more than likely do it for the first half of play. We're 10 seconds to go now. Gulf Coast is going to come up and challenge the ball. Martin will pick it up, and that will do it for the first half of play. Don, before we go into our Little Caesars halftime report, give me your thoughts here on the first half.
I think this was a kind of a half where neither team took extraordinary chances, trying to figure out where each other stands, and we'll see what adjustments the teams make here to halftime. And I would be shocked if we don't see goals here in the second half.
Well, it's going to be a 15-minute halftime, so we'll take a break and check in on the Little Caesars halftime report. No score between ICC and number 15 Gulf Coast. Back with more right after this.
Preview Days. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. High school seniors, make your plan to join us for Fall Preview Day at Itawamba Community College. Voted the #1 community college in the state 4 years in a row, come see what all ICC has to offer you and your future from faculty members within the program of your interest. Registration is open now for October the 21st and 22nd and November the 4th and 12th. Limited spots are available and they're filling up fast, so sign up today at iccms.edu/preview days. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Look at this new crazy calzone from those brainiacs at Little Caesars. It's a pepperoni pizza surrounded by a calzone crust. Little Caesars got us again.
Is it more pizza or more calzone?
I don't know. What do you think, Pizza Bot?
Pizza, calzone, both. Confused. Pizza, calzone, both. Tell my wife. Bleep bloop.
Oh, we're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars, the new crazy calzone for $8.49.
Pizza.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Itawamba Community College signed a memorandum of understanding for a preferred candidate program with the Mississippi Highway Patrol. The initiative is a pilot program that will be implemented at ICC.
There's a whole host of opportunities that exist for a young lady or a young man that wants to get into a career of law enforcement, wants to stay in Mississippi and give back to the state of Mississippi, that this helped get them an education. And we're very much excited to be here at Itawamba Community College and to make this announcement.
And this is a great opportunity to continue to grow our law enforcement professionals. And the Mississippi Highway Patrol, as we well know, always is in need of more troopers. And so what a better way to develop a partnership with one of our state's best systems of law enforcement.
The MHP Core program is aimed at students who are focusing on a degree in criminal justice.
It's an extreme importance and something that we're trying to create is an agency at Mississippi Highway Patrol and the Department of Public Safety where people that want to be involved in law enforcement have ample opportunities to better themselves by getting an education.
What we see is it as a win-win opportunity for the Mississippi Highway Patrol and for Itawamba and the students that attend school here.
The agreement will allow those who are enrolled to pursue a degree in ICC criminal justice program, meet with the MHP recruiter, and apply for the MHP preferred candidate program.
They have their associate's degree and get their education, then they can enter into the application process. They will have, we think, a leg up because they'll have a knowledge of what to expect and what we do, and will have goals in sight that maybe that they've set after they've seen what we have to offer.
Currently, entering into the ranks of Mississippi Highway Patrol requires a completion of 23-week training program held at the Mississippi Law Enforcement Training Academy.
Part of we're not reinventing the wheel, right? I mean, if you look at what the military does, their recruiters are out there talking to high school students about the career path that they can take in the military, and we're really wanting to talk to young people about the career path that they can take in law enforcement.
Participants of the preferred candidate program will gain knowledge and skills that will be utilized to protect and serve the citizens of Mississippi.
Get a free extra most bestest pizza right now at littlecaesars.com. Ding dong! Order $15 or more for delivery and get a free extra most bestest pizza. Use code EXTRA PIZZA at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza. Little Caesars new crazy calzone, julienne pepperoni. It's so tasty. Garlic white sauce. Here comes the bite. Here comes the... Yummy! The dream about the crazy calzone again?
You also said some weird things about giraffes.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new crazy calzone for $8.49.
Pizza, pizza.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
High school seniors, make your plan to join us for Fall Preview Day at Itawamba Community College. Voted the #1 community college in the state 4 years in a row, come see what all ICC has to offer you and your future from faculty members within the program of your interest. Registration is open now for October the 21st and 22nd and November the 4th and 12th. Limited spots are available and they're filling up fast, so sign up today at iccms.edu/preview days. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Bespoke is a word that comes from the clothing industry. It's a European term, and it meant originally to be spoken for. In Mississippi, I say it's a fancy word for made from scratch. My name is Josh West.
Nick Weaver.
Our craft is bespoke denim. Blue Delta Jean Company is a bespoke denim manufacturer. We make everything in Tupelo, Mississippi, and we ship jeans around the world.
We're reintroducing the South and most of the U.S. back to raw denim.
There's a lot of verbiage out there about custom, made-to-measure, bespoke. We say bespoke because we truly are making a fully customizable jean. We use the best fabrics in the world. We buy from all over. We make everything in the United States right here in Tupelo, and we bring the customer in on the design process.
That is what separates us from other jean companies, that we're making a personal pattern. So we do have the Oxford Studio where you come to get measured, and you pick out your fabric, your fit, your cut, and your thread.
You'll notice we do a lot of athletes. These guys are really tall, these ladies are really tall, small waist, really big thighs. They can't find jeans that really fit them that are aesthetically pleasing. I started noticing that we had a resource here that not many places have, which is talented seamstresses. It's an art that's dying in the United States of America because so much garment has gone overseas. When I noticed that resource, I started building a business plan around that.
He said, hey, we can make custom jeans in North Mississippi.
When the numbers made sense, that's when I called Nick, because I knew I could figure out how to make the product, but I needed somebody to help me sell the product.
We wrote it down on the game plan, and we're still executing it today.
The first step is somebody getting fitted, and that can be with one of our partner stores or at one of our studios.
And we're taking, 13 to 16 measurements, whether or not you want a regular cut or a skinny cut jean.
And then the order comes to us electronically here in the factory in Tupelo. Johnson Benjamin's been our pattern maker since 2013. He drafts a pattern literally for that client. And then it moves on to Brian Baldwin. He does all of our cutting, and he tries to cut that jean within 15 minutes. Every seamstress has a job that they do, and they're really good at it. You can watch a jean literally from start to finish go through the manufacturing process.
There is a really famous old jean company that can make a jean in 3 minutes.
It takes us about 3 hours to take a jean from start to finish. We're still a very small company. We're less than 20 people top to bottom. The thing that I think really sets us apart from a lot of other small batch denim companies is the people that we have. These people have worked, many of them in denim garment production for years and years and years. And we really do try to make this a family environment. Our lead seamstress is a lady by the name of Miss Sarah Ritchie. She was our first employee. She started in January of 2012, and she's now leading our sewing team.
Having over 100 years of sewing experience in a company that's very young was definitely to our benefit. People bought our jeans in the beginning because it was a good story. It was two guys trying to start something. But now they're rebuying because of our quality and our fit, and it's the people that make that happen. What we are offering is, more than just a jean. There are lifetime alterations, lifetime repairs. We have people send jeans back that are 2 or 3 years old because they've lost 10 pounds, we take them off. So what you're getting is something that I think people are, wanting more of. We're using cone denim from North Carolina. We're using Holland and Sherry cottons from Scotland. We are using the premium fabrics of the world, and we're doing it right here in Mississippi.
Our main goal has always been to be the best bespoke denim provider in the U.S. I think we've ratcheted that up to the best bespoke denim provider in the world.
Our work ethic, his plan, finding good people, finding the right people to make the product, it's a good recipe for success.
I don't think you can match the quality that we're putting out. So now we're working on how does this brand develop from here on out? What markets are we in? How are we getting the world in our jeans?
Look at this new crazy calzone from those brainiacs at Little Caesars. It's a pepperoni pizza surrounded by a calzone crust. Little Caesars got us again.
Is it more pizza or more calzone?
I don't know. What do you think, Pizza Bot?
Pizza, calzone, both. Confused. Pizza, calzone, both. Tell my wife. Bleep bloop.
Oh, we're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new crazy calzone for $8.49.
Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You know, a lot of times we tend to fuss at the referees more than we compliment them. Well, they didn't even give us the full 15 minutes at halftime. Both teams were out ready to play. They looked at the coaches, said, "Are you guys ready?" They said they're ready, so we played on here. So a chance to get out of here a little early. Gulf Coast with the ball. We're flipping the field now, so Gulf Coast will be right to left on the attack. They're wearing the dark uniforms, ICC, and the white uniforms, of course, they'll be left to right on the attack as well. I'm Adam Gore, joined by SID extraordinaire, Mr. Don Hammock of Gulf Coast. And Don, as you said in this first half, neither team really went to the extreme to get their offense going. Both teams had some opportunities, though, just couldn't cash in on them. And this matches everything we had thought and then some so far here in this contest.
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously first goals are always important, but the later you go, it's just going to be that much more critical. And, you know, you always look for goals in the last 5 minutes of the first half or the first 5 minutes of the second half. So let's see what happens.
Well, I also have some football playoffs going. And, Don, I know you talked about some scores there at halftime, and both those games have now gone final. Let's go ahead and talk about those final scores in the football playoffs.
Two upsets. The road teams won. The number 2 seeds from the north and the south won. Northwest beat Jones 26-20, and Hines went to Scuba and beat East Mississippi 42-41 in overtime. The Lions went for 2 in the first overtime to try and win it outright and lost.
So that is a Renaissance Bank scoreboard update there. As we're in the middle of everything. Just got wrapped up volleyball playoffs. ICC represented the region in the Gulf District tournament. They fought hard, but were eliminated after 2 games. We're in the middle of the soccer playoffs, football playoffs as well. Basketball season starting. As this one's sent ahead as ICC slips down defensively. Cross over the middle, just a little bit too wide there. Big time break for the Indians.
Shamar Hopkins cuts off that clearance, looking for options, plays it back.
Again, we do want to welcome those watching in favor of the Indians, as well as a special hello to the Gulf Coast Bulldogs, who's going to sit in, strikes and deflected out there. Big time play by Corbin Martin.
Great save. June had it all loaded up on his left foot, hit it hard, and Martin got a piece of it.
Again, we do apologize to the sun playing a factor in the broadcast right now, as ICC will get it and reset through Emerson here on the near side. So Northwest a winner. Hines a winner in football. First match of the day here for the men. The winner of this match, well, they'll advance to Sunday's championship game at 2:30 at the Ridgeland campus here of Holmes. We do want to thank Steve Diffie and all the great staff here at Holmes Community College for hosting the tournament. Don, you guys have hosted your fair share. We've hosted our fair share. It's not an easy thing to do when you host tournaments like this.
Yeah, they don't have lights on their home campus, so they had to split it up, and that always creates extra challenges, but we're happy to be up here. This is a great facility to be at.
Breeze starting to pick up a little bit here, as a nice day for the international version of football, as Cammie West will keep it back to the Indians. You know, we talked about those Gulf Coast fans. We were asked to give a special shout out to Mr. Thomas Edwards of Michigan, checking in by one of the Gulf Coast fans. We always appreciate everyone watching. This ball sent over the middle, and the Bulldogs with it now. going to retreat back and try to reset here. 4:32. We can't see the clock a lot better now. The sun's kind of went at a different angle. Bulldogs going to stay patient with it now, working around a little bit to survey the defense. Well, you can tell the sun's setting because the shadows of the players getting a lot longer on the pitch right now. As this one's sent over the middle, Gulf Coast gets it back now, trying to go over the top, and Martin's going to come up and make the play on the ball. Quickly gets the ball out, trying to catch Gulf Coast in transition here.
That was the left back, Alwayne Whitaker, making that run, so Bulldogs having to cover him.
Well, this one's going to be sent out of bounds as that was Villanueva putting it into the back of the defender. It'll be a throw-in for the Indians. ICC getting set here for the throw-in. O'Daniel had it. His leg failed him for a second. It's kind of whiffed on that attempt there, and then the ball gets away from Emerson. Now here come the Bulldogs. Just a 1-on-4 opportunity. He weaves his way through traffic, thought about striking, now keeps going on the dribble, tries to go across the middle, and then eventually Marquez breaks that one up. Boy, exciting moment there. Is impressive play by the Bulldogs to get it that deep. 1v4.
Ashton Taylor did a good job of avoiding some defenders and probably should have pulled the trigger. Kind of worked himself into a cul-de-sac there and couldn't find any other opportunities.
So ICC dodges a big-time bullet there. Get the ball back now as they're going to squeeze this one up the pitch. Over the middle, deflected and taken away by the Bulldogs. As this one's sent ahead, and O'Daniel gets it back now for ICC. Going to swing it out near side. This is Emerson. Swings it up top. Villanueva has it, lost it, and Gulf Coast gets it back. Midfield, and then a whistle. Again, Don, I'm not hearing these whistles that well.
I don't hear it at all. And I can hear everybody else talking around me, but I'm not hearing that whistle at all.
So the ball will stay with the Indians. He was pointing backwards, looking at the ball boy over here, and the ball boy kind of stopped like, no, sir, that's not me. I'm not playing. So it'll be a free kick coming up here for the Indians. 37:55 to go here in the contest. Still no score. This one's going to be popped up and bounced around right now. Gulf Coast will let it settle. Marquez steps in front of that one. It's going to be deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Substitution getting set to come in the game here. Looks like Anthony Jones will come in for ICC. This substitution is being brought to you by Max Home in Fulton. Looking for a job? Well, Max Home is hiring. Stop by, fill out an application there on the Access Road in Fulton. They are a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics here on the ICC Sports Network. So the Indians will throw this one in. 37 minutes to play in the contest. Still no score. As that one's going to go out of bounds, it'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Indians. Don, we've seen a lot of corner opportunities in this match for both teams. None of them really been extremely dangerous right now, so approaching the second half here, if you're ICC, you got to make it dangerous here.
The more of these you give up, the more chance you have of getting one in the back of your own net. Adam Holland there was able to clear that one out.
Yeah, just Gulf Coast, 4 players in front of that one that time. Did a great job of clearing it out, but ICC gets the possession back at midfield now. They're going to reverse the pitch on the far side. Over the middle to O'Daniel. O'Daniel trying to split defenders, sees 3 around him. Just can't necessarily find anyone to get it to, so now he's going to retreat back and nearly turned it over as Marquez had to come up, and that's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs. And Marquez a little slow getting up. So free kick opportunity coming up here for ICC. The referee just talking to the Gulf Coast player, and no card, and good call on no card there as this was hit over the middle. And then Jones is going to strike. It's going to be deflected, and it's going to be a corner kick coming up here for the Indians. That's why you do things like that. Now, a lot of people say, well, that wasn't a good shot.
but you got the break, got the deflection, and gets your team an opportunity here with the corner.
And Chano got in the way of it, winds up in that kind of awkward-looking position with his hands behind his back. Everybody's got to keep him back there so you don't get an inadvertent handball, and it ricochets off him. We're almost 10 minutes in to the second half here.
Jip sends this one on its way. Emerson puts a head on it. It's going to be deflected, and almost deflected off a Gulf Coast player. But a great job there by Seymour to recognize that, come up and make the play. Scramble for it at midfield. ICC steps in front of it. Murphy lost the handle on it that time, and it was tangled up a little bit, but I think that was a good no call by the referee because both players battling for position. Neither one of them gained an advantage by the contact. And we do have the foul called here as Jones got tugged by the jersey there.
Kevin Tremenio had a handful of jersey, and the referee was going to let him play the advantage, and it didn't develop.
So now ICC with another free kick. The ball has been on ICC's side of the pitch here for a large majority of the contest here in the second half. We've got 34-34 to play. Still no score, though, between the number 15 Bulldogs and the Indians of ICC. West sends this one. Oh, just a deflected. Emerson was closing in on the backside. It was a great send there from Cammie, but a great defensive play there by the Bulldogs to break it up. ICC maintains possession, though, and then eventually the Bulldogs get it away, and they're just going to squeeze this one ahead. Martin will easily scoop that one up. Indians trying to go over the top. Broken up by Gulf Coast. It's going to settle at the feet of the Indians. Oh, nearly a bad touch there as it was almost taken away by the Bulldogs. ICC retreats back to midfield. Reversing the pitch now. This is going to be Rollins with it. Sends it back to Emerson. Emerson surveys, sees where he's going to go with it, goes back to Rollins. And Rollins just couldn't quite handle it that time, and the Gulf Coast Bulldogs get it back. But there's O'Daniel stepping in front of it. A little pushing and shoving going on. Referee says play on. Good no call there. Now he's going to try to send it out wide. Murphy will just simply chase this one, watch it go out of bounds, and it go back to the Indians.
A little too strong for Michael Bell to make a run on that far sideline and get to it almost directly in the line of the sun for us.
Yeah, I would say it gets difficult to see across the way, and see a little haze on your screen there for those that are watching. Sun, not our friend right now, and it's got a little while to go before it's going to set here in Ridgeland. We are at Freedom Ridge Park.
I think it'll be down below the tree line before the end of the game.
And that's when it's going to get chilly.
At least we'll be able to see.
Yes. And we won't be out in it too long. So we got 32 minutes and 30 seconds to play in regulation here. Both these teams have had some opportunities, but I tell you what, defense has reigned supreme so far in this one. Has really no shots, no strikes, nothing like that has came easy for either squad. So Gulf Coast is going to retreat all the way back to Seymour, the keeper, and they're going to reverse the pitch here near side. Holland sends this one down the pitch. Emerson for ICC, and ball's just going to be pinballed around and eventually finds its way to Gulf Coast. Bulldogs try to drive ahead. Ball didn't want to go with him, but he's able to retreat back and get it and reset.
June in the middle of the park distributes. He's really good at doing that. Controls the game from the middle of the park there. Crosses in the direction of Al Wayne Whitaker and played over the inline for a Gulf Coast corner.
Yeah, Murphy sent that one out and kind of looked back and saw where Corbin was ready for it, so a little miscommunication there as it will result in a corner kick here for the Bulldogs.
Kevin Tremenio will take it with Abdul Omar on the bench right now.
So the kick is going to be sent on its way. Low angle attack there. Bounced around, still bounced around and deflected about. And Gulf Coast will find it. Well, not a good touch on that send from the corner, but Gulf Coast is able to keep possession on their side. Trying to drive past Marquez. Marquez steps in front of it, slows it down and gets it back. Good job on the takeaway there by David Marquez. Now West with it. West trying to play it ahead. Goes ahead to Jones here. It's going to be a foot race, and Gulf Coast wins that battle.
Al Wayne Whitaker is tough to beat with speed because he's got it by the bucket load.
So Gulf Coast will settle it down now, be a little bit more patient, trying to go over the top. They do so. And now trying to drive inside. Good job by Murphy to make him turn around and retreat on the attack. This one's going to be sent over the middle. And Gulf Coast had the opportunity, just couldn't send that one home there. And
Pacey Johnson there couldn't get the ball to settle for him. Had to hack at it when it was still bouncing, and he knocked it over the goal.
Yeah, I do like that attempt, though, because a lot of times you see those kids want to settle, let the ball settle, get that perfect strike, but he knew he had a defender on his hip, wasn't going to be able to do it, so just tried to make something happen, just a little bit too strong, and we stay scoreless now. Inside 30 minutes to play here in the second half. ICC and Gulf Coast trying to find the first goal in the match, and we talked about it. The winner of this match will go on to play Hines and Pearl River. And if you're planning on making that trip, whether you be an ICC fan or Gulf Coast fan, we do want to remind you that it will actually be on the Ridgeland campus soccer field. That's where the women are playing today. And that will be at 2:30. Well, around 2:30 is when it's scheduled. As Don mentioned, you'll have your trophy presentation, probably a couple of overtimes in that match tomorrow for the women's match.
Last year, Holmes took care of Jones pretty convincingly, so we'll see what happens this year.
Do you have any scores from today's women's?
Holmes beat Pearl River 2-1 in overtime. That was a little surprising to me, frankly. And then I know Jones was up big at halftime, and they won. I don't know what the final was. It was 3-0 at halftime.
So we'll get a rematch, I guess, in that sense. As now Gulf Coast with it strikes too tall. Well, it goes into the playground, and
Pacey Johnson gives the kids something else to entertain themselves with back there.
I'll say all the kids started scrambling for the ball that time, and the bigger of the group was able to chase down the ball and just doesn't want to give it back. So ICC puts the alternate ball in play right now. Over the middle they go. That's Billy Jip with it. Goes out wide. Back across the middle, trying to get it O'Daniel that just went through the wickets that time. And now they send this one ahead, broken up by Murphy, but Gulf Coast lets it settle over the middle, and now it pops out wide, and it's going to be offside. Well, it was a great save there by
Michael Bell is saying that the Itawamba player had played the ball back, and that would have kept him from being offside, but the referee and the
that would be a fair argument, because I thought it came off the foot of ICC as well. So a break there for the Indians, as Jip is going to leave this one back. ICC, they control the time of possession for about a 5 to 7 minute span. Well, Gulf Coast has returned serve here about that same amount of time right now, as there's 27:30 to go here in regulation. Still no score between ICC and number 15 Gulf Coast. Jones trying to beat Gulf Coast down the pitch. He fell. Some of the ICC fans wanted to foul, and the ball sent into the scorer's area over there, sending everyone scattering but Steve Diffie. Diffie standing strong over there, just watched the ball fly by. I don't know if it's just courage or he just wasn't paying attention.
He's way bigger than that little soccer ball.
He is. I think the soccer ball actually dodged him. Well, a lot of contact there. Referee says play on. The ball eventually finds its way to the feet of Gulf Coast, now on the far side of the pitch. Gulf Coast trying to come on the right side, looking for the cross ahead, and Martin comes up and steps in front of that one.
Cross by Ashton Taylor over there, who's really starting to wreak some havoc on that far sideline down the right wing.
We're starting to see that speed becoming a factor for Gulf Coast, as we saw it in that first matchup. Of course, first matchup, it was a 1-1 score at halftime, and Gulf Coast scored 4 unanswered in the second half and picked up a 5-1 win in Fulton. Well, here's the problem, Don. When the ball went out a while ago, it hit the score clock, and now we have no scoreboard at all.
Oh, wow.
So not real sure how much time is left in the contest. Now here comes Gulf Coast. A strike and a save.
That was Michael Bell with a shot. Comes back out to June. His pass finds an Itawamba player.
Emerson's going to clear that one out. It'll be a throw-in here for the Bulldogs. They get it back now, squeezes this one ahead. Gulf Coast has some pretty good strikes and attacks on their last few possessions, but Martin continues to play strong, showing why he was one of the top picks in the North in net this season, and he has played strong today, especially on those last 2 attempts that have been high percentage shots for the Bulldogs.
Scoreboard still out over there.
So we got some substitutions getting set to come in here for Gulf Coast.
Podlauskas, I think that's Sun coming in.
And those substitutions being brought to you by Samstown Market. Don, you ever see every once in a while I'm throwing a steak on the grill? Well, that's where I go, Samstown Market. Sam Ferris and all the fine folks out there. Got a butcher shop on site, a great selection of specialty items as well. They're located right in the heart of Manatachee. That's Samstown Market.
Making me hungry.
Yeah, I saw some of the specials that he had for the weekend, and I was like, man, we got to have soccer this weekend? This one's sent on its way. Martin breaks it up, falls to the turf, but is able to get back up in a hurry, and then that one sneaks through.
Young June Lee with a goal. Time indeterminate.
Well, a big goal there. Unfortunately, don't know what time it comes with, and Martin tried to stretch out and make the save on that one. After making a stop where he fell down, he quickly popped back up. Smart play by Gulf Coast to recognize that. Put a quick strike on the ball, and it's 1-0 now in favor of the Bulldogs. The clock is showing 27-12 now that they turn it back on. I don't know if it stopped when it went out, so I don't know if that's going to be the correct time or not. Well, it's rolling now, saying 27 minutes to play. So 1-0, Bulldogs strike on a beautiful shot there. And now ICC's got to get a little bit more aggressive offensively. Try to see if they can find the equalizer here over the next 26 minutes and 58 seconds. Gulf Coast with it, tries to squeeze it ahead. Jip steps in front of it. Flip-flops it onto the other side of the field. Mad scramble for the ball, and that's going to be a foul on the Indians as Jones looked like he was going to fall that time, grabbed the Gulf Coast player to keep from falling, and that will be an easy foul call in that situation. Anthony Jones, the reigning MACCC Men's Player of the Week, after getting that game-winning goal against Andrew College in the rain, a nasty day of soccer in Fulton in that season finale. Now Gulf Coast with it on the attack, trying to find another goal here to go up 2-0. ICC's got to find a way to go, and and now you get a little extracurricular activity going on afterwards, and they're going to put a card on in this situation. That
was interesting.
Yeah, they all three went for the ball, and Wes worse for wear afterwards. And he's a little upset after the call there. Is that number 8? Taylor?
Adam Holland was one who got the card.
Okay. So they were pleading their case in that sense, and Don, I'm kind of with you on that, and I hate to say that because I am an ICC guy. All three players went up for the ball. It was just unfortunate that West kind of got sandwiched in the middle of it all. So the yellow, each team now with a card in the match. And it's going to get to the situation now where, as a referee, you may have to start calling things a little bit tighter, because we've seen in this league, and that's going to be the case, is that's going to be a foul there on the Indians. But
Carson O'Daniel had a run-in with one of the, I think it was Devon Gonzalez, who just ran down after that previous card.
And so as a referee, these next 5 minutes, you got to keep it in check. Don't let the guys get a little bit out of control, because it is what it is, folks. We'll say it. The MACCC sometimes is a powder keg, just needing that spark for some crazy things to happen. Hopefully we will not see that this afternoon. Gulf Coast with it. They're leading 1-0 Going to send this one ahead, and Martin will scoop that one up with ease.
Officiating is not easy.
It's not.
I stand in front of the TV and yell at them all day on Saturday and Sunday, and my wife Carla says, "Why don't you go be an official?" I was like, "Ain't no way."
I did that before coming to ICC for 9 years in baseball and basketball, and I will tell people this right now, there ain't enough money to get me to go back and do that again.
I couldn't do baseball, softball because I'm bat blind. I'd just be guessing at balls and strikes.
I mean, you talk to some fans, you'd be perfect for the job. Now here comes Gulf Coast trying to get on the other end here. ICC is able to chase it down and get in front of it there. It's going to go out wide. Emerson will chase this one down. 21-10 to go. And ICC trails 1-0.
Subs coming in for both teams, it looks like.
That's going to be number 11, Sevilla, for ICC into the contest.
Abdul Omar and Fob Barker in for Gulf Coast.
Again, those those substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. Follow them on Instagram at ICC Wesley. They meet Tuesday nights. They're located right across the street from the Davis Event Center there in Fulton. So ICC with it, continuing to trail 1-0 here. As we do have a final score in men's basketball. We'll give you that here in a moment. As the ball pinballed around, Gulf Coast gets it and hammered there at midfield. No call. Yeah, those are the type plays that you're going to have to keep in check if you're a referee. Normally, yes, you don't call those, but you want to call those here, especially when things get a little bit chippy. Final score in men's basketball, ICC picks up a 78-48 win at Huntington. So ICC gets a pair of wins on the road. Lady Indians will be back home on Monday against Holmes. That will be a non-division matchup there between ICC and Holmes. That'll be a 5:30 First American National Bank opening tip. Davis Ford pregame show will come your way about 10 minutes before the start of that contest. You can see it right here on the red channel of Let'sGoICCTV.com. Carson O'Daniel tries to quick strike that time off frame. 9:15 to play here, 1-0. Gulf Coast with the lead.
19-15.
Oh, 19, thank you.
Bought you 10 more minutes to come back in.
Yes. ICC fans like that amount of time better. Again, the sun playing fits with us here on the broadcast. We do apologize for that. As it's nearly at that tree line. As the ball sent forward, it's going to try to be sent out of bounds. Gulf Coast keeps it across the middle. Now ICC, that's Jip. Gets it back, sends it down the pitch. Trying to go over the top of it here. Sevilla's going to chase it down, but Gulf Coast will send it out of bounds.
I figure Jip's got to be one of your favorite guys. Spelled the same way as the Gipper.
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's what I called him at the beginning of the season. He politely climbed the ladder during one of the matches. He's like, "Hey, Gore, it's Jip, not Gip." So
that's one of those GIF things.
Yes, for sure. But the good thing was he was extremely polite about it.
I always say you can call me anything you want, just don't call me late for dinner.
Sometimes I'm
June with a long run down the far side.
Again, Gulf Coast leading this one.
And he's fouled.
So the Indians got to be careful here. This one, 1-0 right now. ICC has had some opportunities early on, just couldn't quite strike on those. And right now, Gulf Coast has controlled the contest over the last 10 minutes of the match here. 17:30 to play in this one.
Essentially a short corner for Gulf Coast.
Yeah, this is trouble here for the Indians. So
Chad Hudson going forward at 6'2". He's going to get in the mix there. Referee stops the clock for some reason.
Well, it's still rolling.
They signal there. It's
now
stopped now.
And now he's going to get a card on Coach Sullivan across the way. Not sure what drew the card there, as Sully was. I'll say this, if we didn't hear Sully, he wasn't getting loud.
Maybe there's some strange atmospheric condition or something here, because we're not hearing a lot of noise from the field. Certainly not the referee's whistle.
So a free kick coming up here for the Bulldogs, trying to find that insurance goal here.
It's June and Omar over there for Gulf Coast. Omar will more than likely be the one who take it. Touches it back to June.
Now wants to work a little one-on-one here. So dribble it up and sends it back out. Now they fire from distance, and Martin comes up and makes the play.
Now Martin has more than carried his own weight here today. You can't blame the deficit on him for sure.
1-0 is the situation here. ICC trailing. Jones with it, trying to get across the middle. Great job taking it away that time.
Tremenio there, good tackle.
Sends it ahead. ICC gets it back. 16.5 to play. ICC needing to find the equalizer here as Gulf Coast was able to take advantage of a deflection to get the ball in the back of the net after Martin, who went to the turf to make it stop, popped back up and tried to react as quickly as possible. Just couldn't quite find it in time, and that's the difference in the match right now. That goal came about 11 minutes ago in the contest. So an opportunity here for the Indians as Chip will send this one on its way. High angle towards the side, header up, and just too tall for Jones to be able to get back to it. And then, wow.
Zach Seymour was way out there.
That, and he hip checked the ICC player to the ground, and the referee let him play. And well, I tell you what, if Sully didn't already have a yellow, probably would have just got it there. And it looks like we're going to get another card issued here, possibly on the Indians. No, they're going to call a. What are they calling here? They're stopping the clock.
They gave Sevilla a card, I think, for dissent.
Yeah, Sevilla was one of those that was tangled up over there, and just a tough break there for the Indians. As Sevilla will check out in this situation. And this is Purvis coming back in for the Indians. ICC will throw this one in. A little too strong. Gulf Coast easily takes that one away. So now ICC has got to bring some pressure here defensively. They do take it away. Tries to squeeze it ahead. Right now, if you're ICC, and Don, this every time you see the players hit the turf, they throw their hands up. You can't depend on that whistle. You got to pop up and play here. And Gulf Coast able to get the ball down the field because ICC was expecting to hear the whistle call. Indians get back nicely defensively, trying to reverse the pitch, taken away there by the Bulldogs.
I've seen Gulf Coast teams plenty of times try and do the referee's job in addition to their own, and it almost never works for you.
So ICC just needs to find a way to settle down here, get refocused, and get back on the attack to work to find this equalizer. Far side of the pitch, Indians with it, trying to weave their way through traffic. And Gulf Coast once again just surrounding the ball, attacking with 3 defenders at most times, and now ICC is going to reverse it. O'Daniel strikes from distance, and I believe that one's going to be deflected out. Last touch by the Bulldogs, so it should be a corner opportunity here for ICC. 14:22 left to play, and right now if you're the Indians, every opportunity you get here with corners, you have to try to cash in and make these dangerous.
14:10 left.
This one's sent on its way, looking to go over the middle, and
I could hear Zach Seymour hollering, keep.
Yeah, it was nothing but black shirts around that one that time, and Gulf Coast now quickly trying to get back before ICC can get out of their corner opportunity there. But Indians get back, the ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Bulldogs. 13:30 to play, 1-0. Gulf Coast with the lead here in this opening match of the men's semifinal round here of the MACCC and Region 23 tournament.
Looks like everybody on this side of the field is saluting the flag or something.
Yeah, I'd say that sun is just about to dip behind that tree line, but right now it is directly in your eye line if you're looking across the field. Or line of sight, I should say. I guess I made up a new term for trying to see things as Indians quickly throw this one down. Jones tried to get to it, deflected off of him, and Gulf Coast finds it. ICC fighting for it, and the Bulldogs get it back. Now Gulf Coast is going to dribble it back now and reset towards midfield. Sends it all the way back now to retreat and reset the offense. Well, Gulf Coast leads at 1-0, so they can afford to try to send it back and eat up some of that time.
Possession is good for them right now.
This one's sent ahead, nearly taken away by the Indians. Gulf Coast fights it back on their side.
Gulf Coast sometimes is all gas and no brakes, and every now and then it winds up in the goal behind instead of ahead. Although they have held 3 clean sheets in a row, so they've got some of that cleaned up here recently.
Yeah, coming into this postseason play on, as you said, 3 shutouts in a row, and that's some momentum you'd like to carry into the playoffs.
The middle one of those was the 0-0 game against Pearl River, and both teams were kind of happy with that result. It clinched the number 2 spot for Gulf Coast, and there wasn't a ton of action in that game.
So Gulf Coast with it now, trying to see if they can find another little insurance goal here. So they lead it 1-0. There's 11:30 to play in the contest here. Still a lot of time to play. And we said in this conference, Don, crazy things can happen, and 9 times out of 10, they tend to. Lob over the top. Marquez breaks it up. ICC tries to clear it back. Going to be a scramble for it. Still loose on the pitch. Nobody's really established possession. And now Gulf Coast will get it. They're going to try to send this one ahead. Squeeze it. And Martin will easily scoop that one up without an issue there.
Bob Barker tried to get a quick shot off. Didn't get a lot of it. Martin right there.
Well, the sun is almost tucked away behind the tree line here. That will be a welcome thing for sure. As the Indians with it now, trying to work forward, and it's going to be out of bounds. I believe it will stay with the Indians. It will.
About 15 linesmen over there on the Gulf Coast bench pointing the other way.
Substitution coming into the match here. 2 for Gulf Coast, 1 for ICC. West coming back into the contest here for the Indians.
Putalauskas in. I think Young June Lee coming in too.
Those substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Follow them on Twitter at ICCBSU. And ICC students get ready for next semester. They meet Monday nights at 7:07. They're located right across the street from the e-learning building. ICC with an opportunity here. Oh, but a nice job cleaning that one up on the backside. I believe that was Hudson coming in and cleaning things up there for the Bulldogs.
It was. He's really good at anticipating plays. And
well, they say the ball goes back to the Bulldogs after that, and it's going to be sent out of bounds. It will stay with Gulf Coast. Inside 10 minutes to play. 1-0, Gulf Coast with the lead. The winner of this match will advance to play the winner between Hines and Pearl River. That'll be on the Ridgeland campus of Holmes Community College at 2:30 on Sunday.
I quickly feel one effect of the sun going down. It's dropped about 10 degrees, it feels like.
Temperature has dropped, and the breeze has also picked up a little bit as well. That ball goes out of bounds. ICC will have it right there in front of the Bulldogs bench.
I've seen more foul-looking throws in this game. From the little short half throw for the short distance ones, Gulf Coast has done a couple of those where they start to throw and then just basically drop it in front of them. That should be a foul. And then I've seen some football throws from Itawamba on the long distance variety.
Well, that was a handball call there on the Bulldogs. ICC will get the free kick. This is going to be tough. You got your keeper looking directly back into the sun right now for the Bulldogs. So if you're ICC, really want to try to put something on frame here off the foot of Jip and maybe see if you can get a deflection off the keeper in this situation. Great opportunity here for ICC on this free kick to see if they can find the equalizer with 8:30 and counting in the contest. Chip sends this one on its way. Gulf Coast a little bit too tall on the send that time. They were able to deflect it out of bounds, but it will stay with the Indians on the throw-in. Quick toss
that
to.
looked like a bad throw too.
Yeah, I'm saying quick toss to West, and I was with you. Looked kind of an awkward throw. Gulf Coast got it back, but O'Daniel, he gets it back for the Indians. Now he's trying to go forward, and we've got a foul and a whistle and a card.
Bob Barker.
I think the card coming out because, as we said, got a little chippy earlier on in the contest, so the officials trying to keep things in check here. Inside 8 minutes of play, 1-0, Gulf Coast with the lead. ICC with the free kick. Billy Chip getting ready to step into this one when the official says play ball. If he'll say play ball. And now he does. Chip sends this one ahead. Jump ball, bounced around, deflected out. West will send it back to Billy. Gulf Coast quickly comes up now, trying to go to the backside, looking for O'Daniel. Oh, great job flashing in there, breaking that one up. Now they're going to try to go out wide. This is Rollins. Rollins puts a strong foot into it, too strong. Jones deflects that one now. ICC with it. Still trying to scramble for it. And again, ICC wanted to call, standing around and looking at it after they didn't get the call. And this one's going to be a card here on David Marquez, and frustrations starting to show there as, again, ICC kind of reacted to the no call in that situation, and now you got a couple of players jawing between each other here, between ICC and Gulf Coast. And, Don, we know temperatures are going to be flaring, competitive juice is flowing right now, but don't want to see a close like this to the contest.
No, and it'll probably get a little more edgy as it goes along. And at this point, even another, a Gulf Coast goal probably wouldn't calm things down. So we're going to have an interesting last 7:20.
So a yellow issued there. Fourth yellow card to the Indians, one to Gulf Coast. As now the Bulldogs with it. 7:15 to go in the contest. 1-0. This one's still a contest. ICC has just got to find a way to get something to go their way. That one taken away by Emerson. He's going to try to leave it out wide to Batista. He's going to chase it down, and Batista down on the turf. Gulf Coast now with it, trying to go ahead. And Marquez sees the ball get away from him. Now he's going to strike, and that one broken up by Rollins. Quick strike is going to go out of bounds. And ICC will have a goal kick.
A couple ICC players doubled over there. Maybe they're just adjusting shin pads.
That's what it appears to be. Is
Gulf Coast is going to make some subs, and we're still outside of 5 minutes, so the clock will keep running.
Yeah, a lot of substitutions coming in here for the Bulldogs. And these substitutions being brought to you by the Bank of Oklahoma. Visit bankofoklahoma.com to find out how John Harrod and all the outstanding folks there at the Bank of Oklahoma can help you with maybe a next home loan. You know, loan for some home improvements. Give the Bank of Oklahoma a call. Ball taken away by the Bulldogs. Emerson steps back in front of that one. West tries to send it to the backside. It was broken up by the Bulldogs. And now ICC takes it back. Chip with it. Wants to send it out wide to Batista. Batista with it. Sends it out now, and it's going to be kept by the Indians, but taken away by the Bulldogs. Good defense there by Gulf Coast to get it back at midfield, and smart play to retreat back towards the keeper and let time continue to be their friend here. As mad scramble for it and a late whistle, and they're going to say foul on the Indians. So Gulf Coast puts the foot into this one down the left side of the pitch.
Offside.
And offside is going to be the call. And so now crunch time here. Inside 5 minutes to play. Gulf Coast leads this one 1-0. Martin will come into this one for the Indians. ICC trying to find the equalizer here. A lot of time ticking off before ICC puts this one in play. Finally does so. O'Daniel just couldn't quite link up with that one. Gulf Coast clears it out over the middle. Lupe steps in front of it. Now wants to strike, deflected away by the Bulldogs. Good job there, sacrificing his body to get in front of that shot attempt from Lupe. Now this one sent back across the middle. Far side. Gulf Coast sends it ahead. Murphy is going to track it down, and it will go out of bounds. And they're going to say that'll be Gulf Coast ball. Well, the Gulf Coast player came up and kicked it out of bounds.
I don't understand that one.
And Jip coming over to plead his case here to the referees. Are they going to call a foul? No, they're going to call a foul on the Indians.
That was interesting.
Yeah. Considering all the other contact we've seen today.
It's one of those balls that's played towards the end line where the defender is trying to shield the attacking player from getting it and just shepherd it over the end line. And you rarely see that call, but referee awarded a free kick. 3.5 minutes to play.
So Gulf Coast. Well, now they stop it. Well, if they're going to keep stopping it like this, they need to stop the clock, because valuable seconds are ticking away here for the Indians.
Oh, he had taken off his shin pads.
So they're having to make him put him back in. So reason not to stop the clock there. So now Gulf Coast, after about 25 seconds, tick off the clock. We'll put it in play. And just tried to flop that time to see if he can get the call. Ball's being pinballed around, strikes, and it will go in.
Achano, another scramble that Gulf Coast cashes in on. 2:53 left.
2:53 left to play, and that right there all but does it for the Bulldogs. As we said, in this league, crazy things happen. So ICC is going to have a very impressive rally to come back in this one, now trailing 2-0. As Don mentioned, 2:53 to go in the contest.
You're the MVP, ref!
So ICC will put this one quickly back in play, and if you're ICC, beggars can't be choosers here in this situation. You've got to put shots on frame here, and a lot of them here this final 2:45. Foul called on the Bulldogs.
Let's go, everybody up!
And West kind of just asking the Gulf Coast player to get out of the way, and sends that one. It was a low-angled strike. Now ICC with it. Rollins trying to weave his way through traffic. Gulf Coast takes it away. 2:15 to play now. Gulf Coast sends this one ahead. Going to be a foot race here. Should be offside. And instead, Martin comes up and makes a great play.
Wasn't offside because he was behind the halfway line.
And so now Gulf Coast will retreat back. ICC trailing 2-0. Gets one out to Jones, and a smart play to send that one out of bounds by the Bulldogs to allow Gulf Coast defense to reset. And just a bad throw in there as it goes off the foot of Jones. Jones, I think, was trying to rush to get to throw the ball in. A miscommunication there by the Indians. And it goes back to Gulf Coast now with 1.5 to play.
It was Bryson Phillips who was sprinting ahead, and because he was behind, he was in the Gulf Coast half. When the pass was made, it's not offside, even though he was behind the second or next to last defender.
And it's going to be a yellow card issued here to Gulf Coast. I believe a delay of game situation there, but that's part of the gamesmanship. If you're up 2-0, you want to see how long the referee will allow you to kind of stall before you throw the ball in. And ICC would do it if ICC was up 2-0 right now. So, you know, nothing malicious intent that time. It's just part of the game.
The only significance is if you get some accumulation of cards, and now Witt just wings it down the field. Gulf Coast will just play defense by territory right now, just send everything long.
Yep, and now coming up on 1:13 to play in the contest. Gulf Coast trying to just go ahead and finish this one out, and they're going to send a substitution to stop the clock.
Gulf Coast has got a lot of players in off the bench. Nathaniel Mink is in. Ronaldo Lopez is in. I went to high school with Nathaniel Mink's dad.
So
fellow Mighty Bearcat.
There you go. Gulf Coast throws this one in. ICC is going to send it right back. 1 minute to play now in the contest as that ball goes out of bounds. Inside a minute to play. Bulldogs will throw it in. They lead it 2-0. This one's sent back across the middle. Murphy will clear that one out. Back to midfield. Gulf Coast will handle it. And Gulf Coast will take that all day. They're just pretty much going to get the ball in the air, keep it on their side of the pitch, and count down these last 30 seconds as now they want to go on the attack, leave it over the middle. ICC clears it out. Marquez squeezes this one ahead, out wide. Now here come the Indians. ICC trying to get this one up the pitch. They can't do so. Gulf Coast steps in front of it. And now with 14 seconds to play, that's pretty much going to do it. The ICC with it. One last gasp here for this group of sophomores. Gulf Coast gets it, and that'll do it. Your final score is going to be 2-0 in favor of the Gulf Coast Bulldogs as we move into the Renaissance Bank post-game report. And we'll swing it to Don real quick. Don, you guys are victorious this afternoon into the evening. Just talk about the difference in this contest.
Well, Gulf Coast was able to get those couple goals relatively late. I thought they put more pressure on in the second half. The first half, I think they were kind of laying back and conserving energy, trying to make it through 2 hard days. They were pretty confident in a result today, but ICC certainly gave Gulf Coast everything the Bulldogs wanted.
2-0 is your final score. Let's talk about some Sonic scoring recap here. And Don, who's your guys that had the goals for you this afternoon?
Hyungjun Lee scored in the 63rd minute off a scramble from a corner kick, and then Whitwise Achano scored in the 88th minute off a free kick scramble. So not directly off of set pieces, not directly off a play, but both the result of set pieces.
Those are your Sonic scoring update. Sonic of Fulton, a proud sponsor of this afternoon's competition here. Your final score from Ridgeland. Gulf Coast, the number 15 team in the country, picks up a 2-0 win. They will advance to tomorrow's championship match as they'll take on the winner between Hines and Pearl River at 2:30. Don, I appreciate your help this afternoon. Wish you guys the best of luck in that championship game. Go ahead and take it home, and good luck if you are able to continue throughout the rest of the postseason.
Appreciate the hospitality. You guys do a great job, and it's always great to see y'all.
So for Don Hammock, Raphael Henry, Lee Adams, I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Ridgeland. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And as always, roll Tribe. And just this once, go Bulldogs.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.